Hello and welcome to Metal Dice, the podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
That's right, which is mainly metal music and live music. I'm your host, Brian, joining the other host,
Karen. And Andy today.
And Andy sitting between us. This is definitely about live music, but not metal music.
Yeah, I was going to say that because...
we went to go see Griffin House in Lake Forest, Illinois. Just a quick little train ride up to the burbs and checking out this.
Quick hour train ride?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Take the metro up. It was a Saturday, so whatever. It worked. Nice little downtown area that we could find a pub that we just sort of hung out in. And I can't remember what it was called. The Lantern?
The Lantern, yeah.
Met some friends there for some drinks before the show. And then after the show, went back and waited for the train to come back because it was just Griffin House. No opener, no nothing. Yep. It was a pretty quick, short little show.
Yep. But unfortunately with the metro, it didn't really... we got there 2 hours before the show and then had to wait an hour and a half after the show. So just how the trains lined up, it didn't work out too well.
We haven't mentioned it yet, but this was at the, I'm going to get this wrong, Gorton Center.
I think so. I think that's how you say it.
John and Nancy Hughes Theater. Oh, John Hughes, Nancy Hughes.
Those people.
I'm pretty sure John Hughes. Home Alone.
Oh, really?
No, wait, was that Chris? No, it was Chris Columbus. John Hughes did Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Breakfast Club, 16 Candles.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. We're going to look this up real quick.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the John Hughes. I assume it is.
Is he from Chicago or from the area?
All right, yeah, it is that John Hughes I'm thinking of. And I didn't know this, but he's from Lake Forest. So you asked if he was from the Chicagoland area. Obviously, yes. But all his movies, like I said, I don't know if I said that or was just sort of in chatting with you and me, but also Googling our searches or whatever, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, all of his movies are sort of based in Chicago, around the burbs of Chicago. So I didn't put that together that was the John Hughes that this theater is named after.
Yep. I guess.
Yeah, it's a cool little spot. It's just a, kind of a big building, older building.
Yeah, it almost seems like it's like a community center or something. I don't know what it really is, but it is an old building. Upstairs, there was lots of businesses or clubs type things that meet, and some churches that meet upstairs. Maybe they use the theater. I don't know.
You mean the businesses and the clubs and whatnot using the theater?
Oh, I just meant the churches.
Oh, I got what you're saying.
Or maybe they just sit in a small room. Maybe. I don't know. I've been to some church when I was a kid that was met at the local college in a small room.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
They also show movies there. It seemed like old movies, not new movies.
Yeah. They're doing Home Alone in December and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So yeah, a decent little spot. There was a coat check, which was just a rack that you hung your coats up on.
Yeah, it's not a coat check. It's a hang your coat up and hope nobody takes it. Sort of thing.
And this was sort of after the boat. This was our first show after the Headbangers boat as well. And on the boat, they had a bunch of non-alcoholic beers. And at this venue, they also were selling that same non-alcoholic beer. I can't remember what the name of the brand is. It's a pretty big known brand that whenever I see it or tell somebody I'm drinking a non-alcoholic beer, they're like, "Oh, is it this brand?" I think it starts with an A. I can't remember.
It does start with an A. I don't know what it is though.
But whatever. I don't know the brand name just yet. Yeah, and I guess real quick, ticket prices. We paid $45 for these tickets with $2.25 in fees.
That actually seems kind of high for a one-person.
I was just thinking
hour
that
and a half
too.
Show.
It was pretty expensive
20-minute
for
show.
what we got. Yeah. We did get second or third row aisle seats, but
yeah, I mean the theater is 20 rows maybe.
Yeah,
it's pretty small.
It wasn't sold out by any means either. It was pretty sparse crowd in there.
We could have probably paid for the back tickets and sat in the same seats that we were in.
Yeah. And Griffin House, if you don't know or are unfamiliar with, it's more kind of folky sort of music and whatnot.
Just a guitar and a guy singing.
Yeah. And let's get into the set list real quick. This isn't on Setlist FM, but because we're sort of sitting down and I could have my phone out, not out, but you know, I pull my phone out every now and then. I was taking notes of the set list because after every song, he would do an introduction into the next song and tell you the name of the song and whatnot. So I had my notes app out, and I was just sitting there writing down every song as we went. The first one is unknown because he didn't say it. I did try to use the Shazam app to try to get it, but there was no signal in there. So it said, we'll save this for later, which I haven't opened the app since. I wonder if it is actually saved. So let me open that real quick as well. All right. So it did not work.
It didn't save it at least.
Right. But we did, like I said, we did take the notes down and sort of write them down. We add them to our set list. Oh, wait, no, we did have it because you put on like a little note. So it was the
first song we have. The second song is the one that we don't.
Yes.
Have.
Yeah. Because you put down like the lyrics, which was "Meet You in Tennessee" song is what you put down as like the note, which the song I believe is just River City Lights. So I had to like Google the
I
words
figured that's
and
what we
found that.
do. Yeah.
But the next one was unknown. We didn't have that. Then it was Clara in a Modern Era, the Mississippi Hippie. That's kind of a fun name. I remember It's Happening Again, The Little Girl and the Old Man, Yesterday Lies, Guido, Volkswagen, The Guy That Says Goodbye to You Is Out of His Mind, Try Not to Think, Better Than Love, Standing at the Station, and then the last song was Liberty Line, which matches mostly to what we have on what we wrote down. Volkswagen, I didn't spell that properly, and Guido in a Tuxedo is what we call it.
Yeah. I didn't know it was just Guido. But.
Yeah, I didn't either. So some of these I had to like look up the lyrics and whatnot to find, and we got there.
So do you want to start just at the top and talk about the songs?
Yeah, let's do that because I mean, there's not a whole lot here because it was just him singing.
It was him singing on the stage
with his guitar, and
and then we were just sitting in the seats, like
just hanging out. Yeah. Some crowd interaction and whatnot. I mean, like talking about a kid. Like there's one part where there was a little kid there, and he's like, "Oh, this is an all ages show here," and just like going back and forth with the crowd a little bit. So that was kind of fun. But yeah, just stories of the songs, and then played the song and moved on. Yeah. So yeah, I guess let's just start at the top and work our way down.
So the first couple songs, he didn't say anything, like, and that's why we don't have the song name for like the second one.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've really noticed this with a normal concert, or like, sorry, this was a normal concert. With concerts that we go to, bands generally play for 2, 3, 4 songs before there's any crowd interaction.
Exactly. Yeah.
Generally, and I think maybe that's just a standard across genres, even.
Yeah, I think it just works out well, right? Like you just get up there, people are ready for you to start singing, especially if it's like the second or third band and you're doing the changeover. Like that kind of sucks. Like, come on, let's get to the music part. Like that's why we're here, type thing. There have been some shows we've gone to where like the person will come up and like joke with the crowd a little bit as they tune their guitar real quick and whatnot. But this wasn't that way. It was just get up there on stage and start singing for those first couple songs before going into the stories and talking about them and whatnot.
Yeah, the first song that I remember having like a little back to was Clara in the Modern Era.
Yeah, I remember that as well. That was the first time he spoke to the crowd.
Yeah, so I believe this is the one where it's about his daughter who, like, he was writing songs with a friend and like needed a song to. They needed a song to like write. I don't know why, but she was just playing in the garage as like a little girl. So the whole song is like talking about her playing in the garage as a little girl.
Yeah, and like the story was telling, I can't remember exactly what was going on, but she seemed sort of like a tomboy a little bit, or more rambunctious and sort of living her own life and doing her own rules type things, right? You know, just going off and fucking around with shit. So, and there something she did made him think of this song or something, or made them think of it. So I can't remember what the story necessarily was, but yeah, that's the same thing. Like they were just playing in the garage. So yeah, that's what I remember as well.
Yeah. So, and the lyrics really go with that. So
yeah.
Mississippi Hippie, I'm sure you remember.
Yeah.
You know that story.
So if I remember correctly, this was, I think both of this and the Clara and the Modern Era were both in like the COVID time frame and whatnot, if I remember correctly. But
no, Mississippi Hippie was done in like early 2000s, he said.
Was it? Are you sure?
It was, when he wrote it. Yeah,
that's when he wrote it. But during the COVID time, they went down south somewhere. I can't remember where. But they were doing sort of live streams and like at a bar and whatnot as well. So there was one guy who always put in a request for Mississippi Hippie. And the guy, Griffin, was like, no, I'm not playing that. That's a stupid song. I hate that song. Or not necessarily
he didn't remember it.
He didn't remember it.
Yeah.
So then he went home, looked it up, like, oh, that's kind of cool. The next time he came in, the guy put that same request in. I don't think he did it that time. And then like the third time, still didn't do it. And then somehow the guy showed up to this live event and put the request in. He's like, hey, I'm here. I want to hear the song. He's like, you know what? Just for you, I'm going to play the song. I don't remember how it went necessarily, but here's that song. Because I think when he originally wrote it, he didn't like record it or do anything like that. It was just for one live event or something.
Yeah. Can I tell you my memory of the story?
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay. So early 2000s, he was in Mississippi with a whole bunch of other musicians and doing a like magazine article. And they had to come up with a song to sing at this event in the early 2000s. And that's when he came up with the Mississippi Hippie song, which kind of goes with his wife's life because she's a hippie from San Francisco, but like kind of putting it together for Mississippi Hippie sort of thing. Yeah. And then you are correct on the whole COVID part where he was doing live streaming. Yeah. Some guy was requesting it every single time, like you said. But then I believe the live show was when he was back home in Ohio playing like a live event. And the guy showed up there.
Yeah. So basically what I was saying.
Basically, yeah. I was just not correcting, but saying the parts that I remembered from the story.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Then for the next one, Let Me In. I don't remember anything about that one.
No, me neither.
I remember it's happening. I don't remember much about that either. A little girl and an old man. I think that was about his other daughter. Somehow that tied in somehow with his other daughter. I can't remember exactly the story there either.
And her birthday was, all I remember about that is her birthday was the next day and he was flying home for her birthday.
Right. I forgot about that. So, yeah.
But I don't remember what the old man part comes in. But.
I think like he's supposed to be the old man. So it's like his little girl and like, I can't remember. I think it's something along those lines.
Maybe I should have listened to the song lyrics again because it'd probably tell us a little bit more about it.
When he told you the story before every song or about every song, and then you listen to the song after that, a lot of it, like the story he told, was basically the lyrics to the song that he had just talked about.
I have a question. For the song before that, I remember It's Happening Again. Is that the song that he wrote about his grandfather and the war, like World War II or something? And
I can't remember. That could be it, or it was Yesterday Lies.
Okay.
I can't remember what one.
Whatever song that is, if it's I Remember or Yesterday Lies, that song lost me.
Yeah, me too. I was off on that.
It wasn't historically correct.
Yeah.
And then also it was kind of like, wait, are you pro what's happening or against what's happening? It was very hard to follow with the lyrics.
Yeah, in terms of what's happening, I mean like politically. Yeah. Not just in the US, but it does seem worldwide. Yeah,
the world. Which is why I think it was written because of World War II. So it was kind of like the world as a whole.
Yeah, I think it's, I don't know. I don't want to say which way
I don't know
he's
either.
leaning, left or right or central or whatnot in terms of like a political spectrum and whatnot. But I agree that the lyrics kind of threw me. And it started like really early when he talked about Pearl Harbor and how it like got his grandfather to join up and whatnot. And the thing that like the one line that really threw me off was like they came to Pearl Harbor talking about the Japanese with their kamikazes to, destroy our ships. And like, no, that's the kamikazes weren't till much, much later when we were sort of island hopping, I think, because I mean like that, suicide plane crashing into the thing, like that wasn't right away. I think it was as resources were dwindling down, and then it's like we're going to inflict more damage or the most damage we can toward the end of the war, toward the end of their ability to fight the war, something like that. So I always thought the kamikazes were toward the end of the Pacific War front and whatnot during World War II. They definitely weren't at Pearl Harbor. Unless, of course, you're thinking like the dive bombers that were dropping the bombs. I think that's how the Arizona went down, was a single bomb that went through.
I think so, yeah.
I don't know if it was a dive bomb or just a perfect hit or whatnot. I can't remember that. But again, no kamikazes. So that definitely threw me off. And then I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't like that song.
Yeah, I think I was just trying to put together the story and into lyrics that kind of went with World War II, and it just didn't. I don't know. And
it wasn't just World War II, right? It continued on through like Vietnam and the 80s.
You're right. You're so right. It did. Yeah.
The 90s and whatnot.
Like the different verses changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now. I think I got caught up on the World War II aspect, and then it was like
right
hard to follow the rest of the time.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I can't remember what one that was, if that was Yesterday Lies or I Remember It's Happening Again. It might be the I Remember It's Happening Again song.
Yeah, I'm not 100%.
I'm not either. I mean, here, we can listen real quick. All right, so we just looked at the lyrics. It was I Remember It's Happening Again, the grandfather World War II song that both of us were like, what the fuck's this all about?
Yeah.
A little girl and an old man. I don't remember the story other than it had to do with his other daughter, his oldest daughter, I want to say. Can't remember a whole lot about that. And then Yesterday Lies was the next one. I think either the little girl and the old man or Yesterday Lies is when I went to like the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
So I missed a little bit of.
Okay.
I missed that one song.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah. So Yesterday Lies, I believe how he introduced it was what we like. It was about like news and how it kind of gets stretched or like it's not always the truth is being told or whatever. And what we would call today is fake news. I don't like using that word, but yeah. So like his explanation, I can't remember when he wrote it, but basically it's like talking about how the views on what's happening in the world, and it depends on what you watch or what you listen to and what your opinion is.
He also, I do remember a little bit at the beginning where he was basically talking about like, every now and then I think back. To me, when he was introducing the song, the little bit, again, I think this is when I left, that I remember is him basically saying like, I think back on my memory and it's not exactly how I remembered things happening. Okay. And maybe that's where like the news aspect of it came in, but I do remember him saying something like that. And he's like, that's where then the title Yesterday Lies comes in, where he's like, my memory is a lie of what is, now being told.
Okay.
So maybe you're right around the whole sort of like news warping or not just news, but like everything is sort of warped around people's opinions and thoughts and whatnot, right? So it's like, here's how I remember the events happening, but now I'm reading this article about what happened and they say this happened type thing.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. A better explanation of not just saying the news, but just everything with the world today.
Especially like internet culture and whatnot, right? Like, I don't know, look at like Reddit and it's very similar to that, I guess.
Yeah.
But the next one, Guido, we put Guido in a tuxedo. I can't remember what the word was, but there was a single word when he was writing a song. He's like, I'm going to pick this one word and I'm going to write every word that I can think of that rhymes with that word will go in there. And that's where he got to like Guido. I don't know if Guido was the word or tuxedo was the word.
Tuxedo.
Was it tuxedo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Guido was a friend of his, and that's how he introduced it, saying like, I was able to use this name because my friend is Guido or whatever.
That's his friend, what his friend's name is or goes by or whatnot.
Yeah. But in the, I can't remember all the rhyme, but it's all rhyming. So there's Cheeto.
Oh, right. Yeah.
All I can remember is Cheeto. But yeah, so the whole song, I can't, again, like he was trying to come up with a song. And so he thought of tuxedo and then just like started rhyming things after it. So I do have to say this music that we listened to this night was a very vast difference from the lyrics and the music that we normally listen to.
You for sure. Me, I do more folky kind of shit that I'll listen to. I go through my phases. I haven't been in that phase for a while, but typically what I'll lean on more than like Griffin House, for instance, is the Avett Brothers, Mumford & Sons a little bit, shit like that. So I do go through the phases where I'll dive into this sort of rabbit hole.
Okay, let me rephrase this. The lyrics are much different than the concerts we go to with the lyrics.
What do you mean?
Just like normally we're like, angels deserve to die.
Okay.
Like shit like that. Like, I mean, it's just like.
Just a different style.
A different style, different wording, different, like, there's no gore and devil and like hell and all that shit that we normally listen to. So
the vast majority of the shit we do that. I mean, even this year though, like the Black Keys, they're not like that. They're going to be more like closer to this than that will. But I get what you're saying for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, moving on, I guess, to Volkswagen. I don't remember the story behind that. Do you?
Nope.
Obviously, it's a car of some sort.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was like his first car or what, or that.
Is that
van.
when he brings up this San Francisco thing, like a Volkswagen in San Francisco?
Maybe, but I could have seen that as Mississippi Hippie as well, with his wife being from San Francisco.
So
whatever.
I think he did bring it up there, but there's lyrics in the song, in one of the songs that says like hippie from San Francisco, and then like that made me kind of laugh because it's like, oh, you had hippie from Mississippi. I feel like a lot of people in the crowd laughed during that lyric.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I would have assumed it was in, hippie from Mississippi.
It could be. It could be. I could be wrong. Oh, this is the song that we had to sing, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was this part. I need love in the middle of the day when the world just keeps stopping and your heart just keeps slipping away. Like that was the part that he wanted all of us to sing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And it was like, okay, start out strong, or like, I don't know, like I can't remember all of it, but like by the end, like almost everybody was
singing it.
Yeah.
I kind of sort of remembered the singing bits that we had to do for that. I don't remember what song it was or the verse that they were using. I kind of, but I forgot all about that part. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Cool.
But I don't think that had to do with Hippie from San Francisco.
No, that must have been the Hippie from Mississippi.
It may have been, yeah.
Next, the guy that says goodbye to you is out of his mind.
All I remember him saying about that is it's a very long title for a very short song.
Very long title for sure. This is the Griffin House sort of album that I've listened to the most, or the songs I know the most of his is this one and Better Than Love. Because those are the two sort of songs that like got me into his music way back when, like the mid 2000s, I want to say 2000 teens, when I was sort of in my non-metal
2000 teens,
primary phase. So yeah.
But basically it's a song about like if somebody like breaks up with you or whatever, like they must be crazy.
Yeah, basically. Like, it's like a breakup song for sure.
Yeah.
Try Not to Think was the next one. I don't remember much about that.
Yeah, I don't remember that one either.
Pretty long song, actually, looking at it. It's 6 minutes and 3 seconds long.
Was that the clapping song that we had to like,
that might have been. See, that's what I remember the clapping,
you
not
don't
the
remember
singing.
The singing.
No, but the clapping a little bit.
I looked over and you weren't singing, so maybe that's why you don't remember
I
singing.
didn't know the lyrics, so I didn't sing the lyrics.
Okay. He told us the lyrics.
He told us the lyrics, but I didn't pay attention. Following Try Not to Think is Better Than Love. This song is special for us. This is the first song that I discovered for Griffin House. It was also our first dance song.
It was at our wedding.
So again, that was in that time period where I wasn't listening to metal most of the time or whatnot. But, you know, as in that sort of indie, folksy sort of phase of music journey and whatnot. So Better Than Love, special song for us for that reason. Not a song we've really listened to all that much in the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah, I think maybe like twice the entire, like since our wedding.
Yeah, like when we saw the shows announced, we listened to the song then.
Yeah.
And I really haven't listened to it that much. Honestly, I honestly completely forgot about this song and I completely forgot about Griffin House until every now and then it just sort of pops up in my head like, oh shit, that's right. I forgot that we were there. Which I guess goes back to how we found out about this show. I don't remember how we found out about this show.
No, I think I just saw that he was going to be in Lake Forest. And I was like, where is that? Like, it must be close or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up on the map and I was like, oh, that's not too far away.
It must have been one of those times in like the last 6 months or so when we're like, we should listen to Griffin House or let's try to listen to that. And then we're like, what the fuck's he up to? And then like we searched for it and then saw that he was going to be in town or something like that.
I don't remember listening to it. I think I was
maybe we were just talking
searching.
About it.
Yeah, like
what the fuck's he been up to? Is he still touring and whatnot?
Yeah, I think it was one of those things.
That could be. But yeah, I like that song. I'm glad he played it. A part of me was like, I bet he's not going to play it.
I didn't think he would either after we got that far down the list. I was like, maybe this isn't a popular song. It's just something that we like.
I think it is like one of those most popular songs.
Oh, is it?
On Spotify, it's his second most streamed song.
Okay.
With 8 million streams.
Wow. 5 of those are from us.
Yes.
No, it is a song that we used to listen to all the time, like every single night. And then we kind of, I don't know, we just got out of this type of music and went on to other music. So.
Right. No, I don't know. I don't know why we haven't really listened to it. Yeah. Again, when I go through the folksy phase, it's like gravitate toward the Avett Brothers and shit like that, and Black Keys a little bit because they got sort of all right, take a step back. That's sort of my progression. As I get in that folksy phase, start with the Avett Brothers, maybe a little bit of Mumford and Sons, then I'll go to the Black Keys when I start to get more rocky into the classic rock stuff, and then I'll get back into like 80s metal and start working my way back up the chain that way. That's funny. Typically how my phases go once I get into that rut, and not rut, but into that mood and whatnot. So I don't know. After Better Than Love, though, we get Standing at the Station. As we're saying this and we've already set the set list before, but now we're just sort of going through again.
There's literally not much to talk about for this show just because it was like not much happening.
Yeah, we're almost done. We have 2 more songs to quickly talk about, and we've been talking for, at the recording, 32 minutes. So it's going to be a lot less than that.
Yeah, we'll cut a lot out. So,
but Standing at the Station, I think, so I added this to the playlist last night, our playlist on Spotify, and I put it on shuffle today, and I think this one actually came up today when I was listening. And I did enjoy this song quite a bit. The whole last part of the set I enjoyed much more than the first half of the set.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Once we got into like those songs I knew a little more.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
With like the guy who says goodbye to you is out of his mind, and from like that point onward,
yeah,
the last third of the set or whatnot, that's where I was like, all right, these are the songs I really like. Your songs, I like these songs much better than sort of the earlier ones that he was playing. But again, I don't know his catalog that well, so
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. It definitely isn't something I've ever dug into, is like the other songs or the other albums or anything. But I agree with you. Like there was a couple songs that I remember, and then obviously Better Than Love, like we listen to all the time. So we used to listen to all the time. Yeah.
And finally, for the last song, Liberty Line. Again, another song that I do remember really enjoying and liking quite a bit, but can't tell you much about the story that went into it. I think it was either Standing at the Station or Liberty Line. He talked about his merch. He's like, I have a few shirts out there. One merch item that he does have that he sells even on his website, which I think is really, really cool, is a flash drive with all of his music on there. Oh, yeah, he said that. Yeah. For like $15.
Yeah, and it had every album that he's ever written on there. And it's like, that is actually a really cool thing to do. It
doesn't take up much room. You can get flash drives dirt cheap now. I think my dad gave me like 20 of them that he bought for like $1 each, with like the little Batman or Superman logos and whatnot. So yeah, spend super cheap money, throw your music on there, and just sell that for like $15. Like that's not a bad deal. That way, like it's all on streaming anyway. So
yeah, you're making some physical money off of it.
Yeah. I thought about going to buy that. I really did, but once it was over, we grabbed our coats, went to the pub, got some dinner, and waited for the train. But I don't know. We didn't stick around at all for merch. I did take a look at the merch table when we were back there, because it was back by the bar and whatnot.
It's like a little atrium or like vestibule thing of like I'm assuming that's like the front of the building because there's a carport there. We kind of came in on the side because that's where the sidewalk kind of came in. But yeah, there's like, that's where the beverages are, and then the merch as well. So I don't know if if they have a lot of concerts there, and like if that's how it's set up, or
I would imagine it's set up that way, because I mean it worked out pretty well. The beverages or the bar and whatnot that was there is a stand-up pop-up one that they brought in. When I went out to the bathroom and got another beer, they were tearing it down, so I basically got like last call. And I think there was even a note that said like, bar will be open for 10 minutes after the show starts or something like that.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
It's not open throughout the entire event.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Which, most concerts aren't. Like there is a cutoff eventually.
Yeah. Well, and it's an hour and a half show. Yeah.
It was a crazy short show.
Yeah. It was interesting to me because so generally during concerts, if people talk during every single song, it's like, oh my gosh, like just play another song. One, with this type of setup, like if he didn't talk between he didn't talk between every single song, but between the 8 of the 12 that he played or whatever, the concert would have been over in 45 minutes. Like, it would have been really fast. But also the stories that he told about the songs, I think really gave them more depth, and then you could listen to the lyrics and like understand what was going on, sort of thing. Where I know we have some episodes on some other concerts where I'm like, fuck that person for talking all the time, because all they did was say, oh, this person gave me this song, this person gave me this song.
Stevie Nicks.
Yes. I like this type of talking where it's like telling you about what the song meant to them and why they wrote it and stuff like that. Even a lot of metal concerts we go to, if they do talk about anything about the song, like I wrote this for my brother who passed away, or I wrote this because of XYZ. Like, I feel like that gives it more emotion, more everything, like just more feeling to it than just this person gave me a song to sing. So that's my own opinion.
Yeah, it's very interesting because we just talked about this too with the Headbangers Boat episode. I think we touched on a little bit where Necrogobblecon is one of those bands where they're up there in between every song as well, telling jokes either about the song or just jokes in general. And I really enjoy that sort of banter back and forth. And there are times I agree with you where if somebody's up there talking and just talking and talking and talking, I get very frustrated, but other times I'm completely okay with it. I don't know why I'm okay sometimes versus not. So, I mean, I definitely agree with you, but I also agree that this one helped really well to like, you know, explain the song a little bit, give depth to the song a little bit, make you understand the song a little bit better as well from where it came from and what the meaning behind it was. So and that's just this style of music maybe, so it makes sense to do that.
Yeah, maybe. We don't really go to these types of concerts very often, so we don't know how it normally is, but
right. So it's tough. I agree with you. I don't know why I'm okay with it sometimes and I'm not okay other times. But yeah, I agree. And I also like the shows where there's no talking at all. I think the Black Keys was that way. I don't remember them really talking all that really much.
Don't. They just go
it's just sort of boom, 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 get through the songs. Clutch was the same way on the boat. Maybe a little bit of banter here and there, but mostly it was just say your song. Like, don't even say the song, just move on to the next song and whatnot. So I don't know. It's an interesting thought that I haven't really, I've given it some thought, but not much. And I don't have an answer for, I guess.
Yeah, I don't have an answer either. Cause obviously there's some bands that we like more than other bands or we know more about them. So then hearing those little, you know, parts in the song or whatever, or the parts in the set of them talking is very interesting or like we're more interested in it, where other bands it could just be like, we're not really into this, just stop talking and play your next song so you can move on to the next.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying like that's why, but that could be a reason.
Right. But I also like knowing about the song and the background of the song. Like when we heard Mark Morton talk on the second boat 2024 about Ditch and where that came from and how he came up with the title and like the lyrics for that.
But that wasn't during the set.
No.
That was during the talking.
Yeah,
like,
the Q&A thing he did.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I like to know that kind of stuff. I like to know the history behind it and whatnot. But I also don't necessarily need to have that during the show.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was gonna say I don't think you're gonna get that during Lamb of God's show.
No.
But we kind of did on the boat with Lamb of God.
Yeah.
With the
album. Yeah.
As the Palace Burns, because Randy stops and says like, this album means so much to us because it's the last album that we recorded when we were, you know, full-time workers. We were recording this at night. We'd work all day, all that stuff. So we did kind of get some of that, but it's not like this song means this song means this song means this. It's more
right. That was just an overarching one of his banter bits during that performance was that.
So I'm sure somebody was getting water or somebody was doing something. So.
Yeah. But in any case, that was the Griffin House show.
It was interesting because we didn't know if there was going to be an opener. We didn't know how it was going to work or set up, you know, like the setup was going to be or anything. Kind of showed up a lot of older people there. But
definitely an older crowd for sure.
Yeah. But it seems like Griffin House plays there often.
He did say he's been there a bit. Yeah.
And they introduced him as our friend Griffin House. So it's not, you know, like, you know, maybe that's common for a place or whatever, but it seems like he goes back there often to play. So
yeah, I mean, I definitely go again to check out the show.
Again. Yeah,
$45, like you said, that's a bit steep for me.
Yeah.
For this performance, I don't know. It just felt like a $20 show to me.
Yeah, I would agree there.
So
I guess you got to make your money somehow.
I mean,
he did quite a few cities, I think, on this little tour, if I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, you got to make your money somehow, and you know, I'm not like faulting him for charging that much or whoever charged that much and whatnot. Like we clearly paid it and went to it. It's just, you know, I've seen it once. I don't necessarily need to go again, but I would definitely check it out.
Yeah, I would check it out again, maybe in a few years or something.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or at a proper Chicago show.
At a festival, I could see that as well. I don't know what festival it would be, but you know,
probably none that we go to.
No, I was thinking like Blues Fest or something. It's not really blues.
It's not. Yeah, I don't think it goes with any of those.
There's like a folk fest, Evanston Folk Fest, I think.
Oh, okay. And is it folk like this or folk like folk metal?
Folk like this. It's folk music.
Sorry, I was trying to make a joke.
No, I got
there is folk metal as
There's
well.
folk metal, which I really, really enjoy. Much more than this, but I did enjoy this as well. Yeah. So But yeah, wrapping it up, as we said, it was a fun show. I'm glad we went to it. We're glad we went to it. It was kind of cool to check out Lake Forest. We've never been up there.
Yeah, it was fine.
A new burb to check out.
We walked around by the train station.
Yeah, it was raining pretty bad, so we wanted to get into the pub and get some drinks and some food.
All we did. So.
But I could definitely see myself going back there, especially for other things at this venue. So check out what's going on, maybe even like the movies and whatnot, or plays or some shit. I don't know, but yeah, it was a fun little evening out in the burbs for us. Not the music we typically go to, but it was live music. So, just get out there and check out some music, and maybe we'll see you at the next show.
Bye. One thing we forgot to say.
Yeah, so we're breaking back in here real quick. Yeah. We've changed shirts to record again.
We're doing another episode already.
If you're watching. But yeah, one thing we forgot that was really cool.
Your beer.
Yeah.
Came with a koozie.
Every time I got a beer, I got this Gorton Center koozie. You belong here. I don't know if we're supposed to keep this. I kept one of the two.
Yeah. Well, you said I'm going to keep this. And so I had a bag that day. I normally don't carry a bag, but I just stuck it in there. And then we got home. I'm like, where do you want your koozie? And you were like, oh.
I don't remember saying that. You said I said that. I don't remember saying that, but whatever.
Oh, well. Well, now we have a Gorton Center koozie.
For now. Honestly, probably going to give that to Goodwill or throw it away in the nearest future. I have too many fucking koozies as is.
And it's not the best. It's kind of thin.
Is it thin? Yeah, I guess.
I feel like it's thin.
I don't know. It does what it needs to do while I record, so whatever.
That's true. Anyways.
Yeah.
This might be a very awkward cut right here, but...
Yeah, so if you're listening to it, maybe it's a little better, but whatever.
Bye.
Just one little thing.